Are you good to go?
Welcome to a celebration at the precipice of time, where the power of women knows no bounds. Experience her story unfolding, a reawakening of our collective consciousness to the monumental achievements of our foremothers, a tribute to the battles they fought, rights they've secured, and paths they've paved that women all over the world are continuing to navigate and expand upon. Her stories are unfolding, empowering growing, building legacies of pioneering women by sharing their stories, celebrating their accomplishments, and embracing the rights and privileges they've bestowed to us for generations to come.
Welcome everybody to another of Her Story Unfolding. Women's legacy, past, present, and future that we're celebrating this whole month of March. Alicia, how excited are you for today?
I am so excited, Ava. We are continuing with Her Story Unfolding. We've had so many remarkable guests join us for the first few days of the series, and we are just getting started. I'm elated that shortly we will bring up today's guest. And it's just been a great experience to be on the broadcast with so many phenomenal women that have so much impact with the communities that they are serving, with the individuals that they are interacting with, and with their own personal journeys of growth and transformation. So I am so excited to be here with you all today. Ava, how do you feel about Her Story Unfolding? Her stories are truly unfolding during this broadcast.
Absolutely. I have been so honored. I personally am honored with the women that have been honored the last 3 days, and we're on our fourth honoring today. And I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I am outdoors. This is not a backdrop. I am outdoors, and we are in Lake Las Vegas. Yes, Las Vegas is a lake. I was surprised too. And so is our other co-host, which let me bring on the screen our other co-host that's opening today, because who we have as a guest is so special. Let me bring Donna Campbell. So Donna Campbell is with me, as a matter of fact, where we are, and we just can't miss this day because who we're honoring is very special to us. Donna, how excited are you for today?
I am so super excited because today is just going to be off the charts, like each and every day that we have. And being here with you guys co-hosting, it's amazing. It's a pleasure. I'm going to probably hang out a little bit more in the background so some of our people can be, some of our amazing women can truly be highlighted. And as you can tell, like Ava, we are out here on location today, broadcasting live for you.
And this is called honoring women, right? Like we women do everything no matter where we are. We bring our kids along, we carry our work with us, we multitask everywhere, and we get done what needs to get done, and what we want to get done. And today we are bringing in the woman, who has started in her healing journey from 8 years old. She discovered her gift in healing when she herself experienced blindness. And she was told by the doctor that she wouldn't see anymore. And she discovered her gift of healing through that situation. And even when she was 16 years old, her mom was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder and was told she has about 2 years to live. And now her mom is 74 years old and alive and well. And that is because she has discovered, even creating at 16 years old, creating a protocol for healing. She's one that I calls to when I'm not feeling well. And I can explain this thing. I'm from Western medicine. And Donna can speak well of this because she's the same. Donna's the other person who I would say, Donna, I'm not feeling well. And energetically, there's so many things in life we just can't explain, right? I'm from Western medicine. I am a hospital physical therapist by background, but evidence cannot lie, right? When someone speaks to you and it shifts your energy and it shifts how you feel, and they had experiences even healing cancer and going through transformational miracles through the work that they do in conversation with others across distance, which was surprising to me. Like even through the phone, by Zoom, it doesn't matter. But she's one who has given her life to healing from childhood. And I'm excited to bring her on the screen right now, Miss Muriel Blanc. Let's bring Muriel in.
Hello, ladies.
Muriel.
Hello,
Hello,
ladies.
Maria.
You're we're excited that you're here, and you could see her vibrational energy. So at any moment in time, if one of our technology is not working, we'll just like Donna's right now, we'll just we'll just give credit to Muriel's energy that's going on. We've had multiple broadcasts with Muriel where things will just go berserk. So and that's the power of energy. So Muriel, we are so delighted to have the opportunity. I mean, like, seriously, what an honor. Like, all we do is honor, and you do all of the healing and all of the transformation and all of the drawings that you're doing with help me with that.
Mandalas.
Mandalas. The mandalas. That's so gorgeous, so beautiful. We'd love to be able to see some of them today, and the healing that you facilitate in people. So before we bring in your guests that we've also invited to help honor you today, Maria, I wanted to show you what we have at the Los Angeles Tribune chosen for you. We want to honor you with the Phoenix
Oh,
Award for Transformative Legacy in Healing and Empowerment. And it's in honor of exceptional contribution to the transformative healing and empowerment through literature, personal development, and spiritual enlightenment that you do with many individuals, surpassing distance, surpassing time zones. Doesn't matter. Your heart just comes through in service, in availability, in the way that you serve many. So thank you, Maria. We want to honor you.
thank you so much for having me. It's very humbling, so I appreciate all this. It's new to me, so thank you again.
I know, right? It's definitely absolutely new. One our experience in honoring women is like they're so surprised because we're not used to being honored as women. As a matter of fact, when we honor women, they would be like, "Why? What did I do?" Like, we're so unaware of the gift that we bring to the world. And so, Alicia, let me give you the microphone on how you feel. I see Mo, our CEO's comment on the comment. He's joining us on the live stream, and joining in with honoring you. And Patty, is also here. Muriel is a true leader, absolutely, in healing, in transformation, in coaching, in art, even in artistic gift. Alicia, let me have the mic. And if Donna is with us, I'm not sure.
I am here and I'm
Yes, let's bring.
reconnected.
Amazing. Congratulations again, Marielle, for all of the transformative healing work that you do and showing up for others. Marielle, we'd love to learn, who is a woman that has inspired you and why?
Okay, so I will say Marie Curie. She was a famous scientist in the 1900s in France, in a time where women were meant to stay home, get married, have babies, and not have any career at whatsoever. And Marie Curie was an amazing woman who took upon herself to better the world, and her legacy to this day lives on. So I would say that will be my model, because she really did a lot of experiment on herself as well to make sure that human condition could be better.
The human condition can be better. And Marielle, that is something that you do. You help people become better. Ava mentioned that you discovered your gifts when you were a young girl, around 8 years old. What has your experience been like uncovering your gifts and then using your gifts and leveraging them to really connect with and help others heal?
So this is a very good question, because as Ava mentioned, I was 8 years old, so I was having fun in a public pool, right? And I didn't put my goggles on, and I went swimming with my eyes open, and and there are hundreds of people in the pool. You're talking about the summer in France, and then bacteria attacked both of my eyes at the same time. So when I got out of the pool, my eyes were a little bit red, but nothing big deal until my eyes were actually bleeding. So when we went to the doctor pretty much told my parents and my grandparents that I would never see again, and that I had 6 weeks before I completely lose my vision. And my parents and my grandparents were like, you can take our eyes, you can graft it on her, which, 50 years ago, that was not done. And I don't think it's really done nowadays, 50 years later. So I was determined as I would not be my fate. And so I started, I could not take showers. I could not have any water in my eyes. I needed to wear dark glasses all the time. I could not go in the sunlight. So it was very, a depressing moment, as I should say. And so when you're 8 years old, you don't know anything better. But I knew that this was not my path. And so I went into trying to connect with nature, trying to find within me and tap into the divine and truly be in prayer and having the faith that I will absolutely be healed. And so I started to do hand gesture and so forth, so on. And obviously, I can see. So the doctor didn't know how their diagnostic didn't work on me, and thank God for that, right? So after that, it really showed me what one person can do even at a young age. So I was born with a gift of healing. And then when I was 11 and 12 and so forth, so on, my friends, when they were having cramps and stuff like that, they would be like, Muriel, I'm in pain, and I would put my hand on them and they would feel better, right? And so so around me, people knew I was a healer, including my parents and my grandparents. So my grandmother encouraged my gift, very, very encouraged my gift. My parents, not so much so, was like, oh, we don't talk this way, we don't do these things. We, a very, very religious background. And so at the end of the day, I kind of put it aside a little bit. And then I decided, I'm just going to help people around the world if it's in my power. And I will go, into an airport or anywhere when I'm traveling, and people will be near me. And suddenly I will feel their pain, and I will be looking at them, and I will go to them, and I will be like, do you want the healing? I cannot remove the pain from you. And so a lot of people surprisingly will be like, yes, 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 and so I used to offer on Facebook free healing worldwide, and I will have 5,000 people and more signing up from all over the globes, and they will put their parents, their pets, and everybody will feel me regardless of the time zone, and it will go where it was meant to be. So each person was different, and so when they were receiving the healing, it would be different from one person to another. So it was a beautiful thing. So now I do healing one-on-one or organized ceremony when I do some healings, and of course sometimes it's free and sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, I have helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide in different capacities since I was a very young lady. And so to me, healing, transformational mindset, removing limited belief is very important, not just for women, but for everybody to participate in such like that.
Muriel, I am just so impressed with your story, and even at the young, tender age of 8, because it's so filled with adversity and triumph, which really gave you the skill set that you have today. Now, what I'm really curious, from one healer to another, I know there is a lot of misinformation about what healing truly is and what it is not. So can I have you just share a little bit about what it means from you from your point of view and perspective, as a woman who is an amazing healer, what that is, what it entails, and what it does not entail. That way people can have an idea, because I think education here is incredibly important, just because there's so many different versions of when you say the word healing and healer.
Right. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter educated in the healing heart one is, or if you're a born healer or not. What matters is that the person who is willing to receive the healing is actually okay with that. And so there is a lot of misconception, like you're saying, about healing, especially on some things they don't quite understand. So healing is pretty much a person giving the permission to another to help them getting better or removing pain or so forth, so on. Now, what the person receiving the healing must do, and what the healer must understand, is that we're just a conduit. We are just a conduit of the divine. We are absolutely a channel. And so the person who is going to receive the healing is going to have to match in some ways the vibration of the healer. So in another word, if you have a mental block or if you're refusing it, again, it doesn't matter how strong you are as a healer, nothing is going to happen. So the first thing is that is really important is to make sure the people are actually comfortable and trusting you that you can help them. That's the most important thing. And the second thing is it going to be instant? Can I feel this? Can I feel that? Again, it's going to be depending on the level of the person and on the level of the healer. So can anything be cured? Can anything be removed? Yes and no. So there are a lot of things that a healer can do, and there are other things that a healer might not want to do or choose not to do because if there is medical condition, if there are medication, we don't want to infringe into the medical field in that manner. So we are truly here to help and assist and guide people into exploring alternative healing modalities with what resonates with them. And I think that's the best way to do it. But again, the person receiving the healing needs to be agreeing that it is okay to help them, and also to be matching the vibration of the healer to be able to receive in full that healing that they have asked for. Did that answer your question?
I absolutely love that answer. Yes. And it's right in alignment with how I believe, because healing is really just a transfer of energy. You're the live energy wire that's a conduit that gets passed to another person for them to raise in vibration, and that vibrational match is so incredibly important. And so one of the things that I'm curious about, because you've had this lifelong career, Muriel, what can you share with us one of your client success stories that you had?
Yes, I actually have many, and I have testimonial popping up here and there on Facebook and Instagram and all kind of social media from groups and so forth, so on. So I have had a lady who was in excruciating pain during my worldwide healing, and I forgot where she was, in which country she was. And so she was really in pain, back pain, could barely walk. And so she signed up again for that free healings that I was offering. And after the session, she came back to me, and I told everybody, please drink some water, please relax, just take it in. And so after the session, the day after, she actually posted a testimonial saying that her pain was completely gone and she felt like dancing. And for her, it was so important because she was a dancer when she was young. And so she actually was able to not have the pain that was incapacitating her leg, and to actually be able to walk and take some dance steps. So those are the type of transformation that has occurred. I have other where I raise their vibration to such a level that they felt much lighter as far as their physical bodies. And so then that opens them to see life in a different angle, in a different way, and to be able to go into what they are meant to be doing. Because if you are in pain and if you are suffering, it's very difficult to get out of that mind, that you can live your life, and so you have to first remove the trauma, remove the emotional trauma that usually start in childhood, and then once you start healing and remove the blockage, then you can facilitate a deeper healing.
Beautiful, beautiful there. Now we have two other amazing women hanging out with us in the green room. I'm going to bring them up. We have Patty Godfrey, and we also have Teresa Lawrence coming. So I'm inviting them up here to the stage to share, because I know, as Patty was saying, you guys were all together in a great mastermind in Costa Rica. So welcome, Patty. Welcome, Teresa. You might want to unmute yourself, both of you. There we go.
Thank you for having us.
I'll let Teresa go ahead and say a few things first, and then I have a lot of things I want to say about Muriel as well.
Okay, I want to share with you all that we just returned from Costa Rica. I had the Trueness Project Transformational Retreat, and all I can say is that Muriel is pure love. She gave everybody her beautiful book. She gave everybody her soul vibration cards. She did private sessions with all of us. And by the time that retreat ended, all I know is that we all felt like we were little children playing in a playground and we didn't want to leave. When we went to the sloth park, I kid you not, we were all laying down on the ground, staring at the clouds, going, wow. Then I just have to share two other experiences, because there's so much love just pouring out of me. I'm like, I still talk to the people that were there. We're like, what happened? What happened? Muriel so graciously paid for all of us to go on a sunset cruise in Costa Rica. And while we were there, we were setting the intent for my event on June 29th. To send love around the planet as we all dress up as butterflies. And Muriel said, you watch. As soon as we set that intent, the dolphins surrounded the boat. And it was so beautiful. And then we didn't end there. We went back to the beautiful retreat location, and Muriel did a full moon fire ceremony for us. At all, I mean, it was so incredibly beautiful and bonding that if you're having a retreat, invite Muriel. That's all I have to say. It was just so like, I'm still beaming. It was just so fantastic, people. So I send you my love, Muriel. It was beautiful, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you for the experience.
No, well, thank you. It was my pleasure. I almost caught the house on fire. The fire was very powerful, that's for sure.
It was, and I have to say her leadership abilities and the way that Muriel shows up for others is impeccable. It's amazing. It's 100% for everyone else, and she is there to help us heal as a world and as individuals. And as she mentioned, she did give us all her book. It's Awakening the Soul's Vibration. Her second book, Eternal Echoes, The Alchemy of Resilience After Losing Someone to Cancer, has recently come out. And as a result, she has been named a critically acclaimed LA Tribune author and a best-selling author. And so we congratulate you with that, because that's quite an achievement. And it's been my honor as her publisher to work with her, and it has been nothing but miracles along the way. When we were on the retreat, Muriel did step into her power, and she did take us each one separately and offer us some time to really magnify and think about the things that we needed to change and release. And so we worked on some of those things too. And the mastermind was really incredible. I want to honor Muriel today for all of her incredible achievements, because I have seen nothing except pure light, love, excellence, and just amazing results from working with her. And I'm honored to be her publisher and work with her on a daily basis. Now, Muriel, if you could just take a moment and tell us what it was like working on your books with LA Tribune and what that has looked like.
Well, it has been definitely a beautiful experience to not have to worry about formatting, editing, and to have the process being smooth. And so it's a true blessing to have that. My second book, which is based on a personal story, I lost my late husband to cancer. And so before everybody is asking the question, how come you didn't heal him? Okay. I spent 9 months giving him massive healing. He did not do chemotherapy or anything like that. But he chose to decide when he departed. And so he decided that he has had enough of pain and suffering and decided, it's my time to go, let me go. And so when he was in the hospital, 4 days later, he was gone. So the book, which is Eternal Echo and Alchemy of Resilience After Losing Someone to Cancer, is a book about healing. Okay, it's about how you can what happened when you get a diagnosis like that. What can you do to try to help a person, but also what can you do after the person has passed? And how can you live your life? How can you move forward? How can you still remember the person that has passed? So that book is a book of transformational and really deep healing that I hope will reach out many people out there so they can move forward with their life. And I designed the cover of both of the books myself, and to kind of I had a certain vision. And working with LA Tribune has been really good because they have been supportive, and they are truly stepping into backing me up. Mo Rocks, the CEO of the Los Angeles Tribune, gave me the honor to do the forwarding on my second book. So that was I am very, very grateful for that. So I appreciate that. And again, the support that Los Angeles Tribune has given me.
Excuse me. Muriel, I know that you have some big events coming up in the future in Egypt and some of these other places where you are going to be sharing your wisdom. And why don't you tell us about how you share your wisdom and your trainings and the programs you offer and the things that you do beyond writing your books and coming to our masterminds and really lifting the others up?
So I'm planning a spiritual retreat in Egypt in 2025. So there will be, of course, visitation of temples and the pyramid, but in some specific site, like the Dendera complex or the Asor temple, there will be activation that will be made. So the experience will be multiple time-fold, because in certain part of the temple, there is a vibration that I am connected to. And so it will be an amazing experience, not only into the past history, but also with each person attending the retreat to connect with their higher self at a more profound level, and to connect with their divine spark within, so they can, step into their power and change the world wherever they need to be. I'm actually, I offer one-on-one session, and people can choose the one session or multiple session, depending. So I have a 12 weeks program that people can choose. And in that 12-week program, I will be with you all the way, holding your hand, and I will take you from where you are, and I will bring you to where you need to be. So how does it look like? It's very different for any person that is going to work with me, but they have to be willing to do the work. So in another word, I am going to offer you a lot of support. But if you are not doing the work yourself, then it's not going to be working together, okay? So if I'm giving 100%, you need to give 100%. If you want 50%, I will show up at 50%. So it is up to you how you show up. So I prefer that you show up at 100%, obviously. So
Okay.
you can choose individual, or you can choose one session, you can choose 12 session, you can just choose 4 session, and pretty much we're going to release your trauma, emotional and physical trauma, and then we're going to move you into removing the block and the limited belief, so you can actually transform your life, whether it's emotional, financial, physical, and take you into a different journey, different paths.
Okay, now Muriel, there's one last question I have for you. In honoring your story and how this all developed in your life, you have shared your story in Egypt. Can you give us a light touch on that and how that affected you so profoundly?
Yes, so it's very interesting because I was invited to go to India as a master healer in in April 2020, and I was on the name of a program and everything else. And so that's in 2019 and October, November. And suddenly my spiritual team, so when people are asking what the spiritual team, angels, higher self, I was hearing messages that I needed to cancel my trip to India. So I went back and canceled my trip to India, and I didn't know why I was canceling the trip to India, but I did. And it's a good thing that I did, because in April 2020, COVID happened and all the world were closed, and I would have been stuck in India for a year and a half. So it's a good thing that I listened to my team. So then I said, okay, fine. And so my team were sending me messages through my dreams. So they will show me Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then when I was not responding to the call, as we shall say, they started to literally on my feed, there will be picture of Egypt, everything about Egypt. I was like, okay, I get it. You want me to go to Egypt? So I moved myself out of the way. And that is very important. So in another word, I just went to the universe and I said, you want me to go to Egypt, you make it happen. And 2 days later, literally, a client of mine said, hey, what's up? And I said, well, I'm going to go to Egypt. And he was like, oh, let me make that gift for you, because you have been helping me so much. So we booked the trip for January 1st, 2020, and I was there for about 3 weeks. And when I was in Egypt, it definitely was a trip of a lifetime. The Egyptian people seems to know me, to recognize me, to just be wanting to be around me, even so I do not speak Arabic. And everybody, men and women, were treating me like I was royalty. And it was truly, truly like, wow, what is going on here, you know? And then I went inside the king chamber, and I lay down into the sarcophagus. I have picture to prove it. And you're not supposed to do that. And then you're not supposed to pray or meditate within the pyramid. And I kind of started to sing, and people came up, you know, it was fully, and they were hearing me and seeing me and escorting me down and holding my hand. It was like, oh my gosh. And then when I went into the temple of Hathor and in the Danvera complex, I really felt the vibration, and I received massive, what we call massive download. And the download is pretty much you're getting messages. You're getting messages, and maybe you can process them right away, or it takes you longer to process them. And again, everybody will be so amazingly kind with me. And when I was getting all those messages, some Egyptian men who did not know me, okay, they didn't know who I was. I will go into a store, and they will be saying to me, can you please hold my hand and activate me to a higher vibration? And I was like, sure. So, you know, I am 5'3", and I'm holding a guy with 6'4", I'm holding his hands, and I'm like, you know, I'm sending you so much love and so forth, so on. And one of the gentlemen, just at the end of the 2-3 minute session, he just held me in his arm, he started to cry. And he was like, you can never leave Egypt, you got to stay here. And I said, no, I have to go back to the US. So I still have friends in Egypt who are asking me when I'm coming back, but it was the most profound changes that I ever had. And and then there is a funny story that happened because I received a call from someone in Portugal and they wanted healing. So they flew me from Egypt to Portugal and for me to do private healing into their home because I do that too. And then they flew me back from Portugal to the United States. So it was like amazing. And then when I came back to the United States, I started to draw mandalas. I will see, even with my eye closed, all the design. And I realized when I was doing them that I was putting a certain high level vibration frequency that is healing. And they are based on your soul vibration. So if you want your own mandala, it's going to be a beautiful piece of art. It's going to be painted on canvas. I can put light language in front or in the back. Light language is the original language that we all spoke at our soul level long ago when we were in the presence of God, if you wish. So so it depends. And so you can look at it as a beautiful piece of art, or you can meditate, you can pray with it, and it definitely calm you down and release the stress.
Wow, that's wonderful, Muriel. And I think Patty was trying to say something, but she might have been on mute there. So
Sorry, so I was going to say Muriel is so talented. As you can see behind her, she creates these beautiful, magnificent mandalas. And her first book, The Awakening the Soul's Vibration, this book that I keep holding up, it teaches you how to make your own sacred mandala to help you with healing. And she can walk you through with all of her experience. She can walk you through creating your own mandala so that you can heal and meditate. And it's really a powerful tool that she uses. And she, like she said, she does these paintings that are magnificent, and she is commissioned these opportunities and she sends them out to people, and they are life-changing and they're beautiful, they're magnificent. And even in her book, you can see her mandalas and her creative art throughout. And it's truly a testament of her ability to create all these amazing miracles in lives of people.
And
so one thing
I just want to share that Muriel created a butterfly mandala for my June event, and it is so beautiful and so powerful. And then she will also change the colors. And so we were playing around with the colors, but I loved them so much. I was just like, I kept asking her to change the colors so that I could have different images to print out and have them everywhere. It was so great. So thank you for that, Muriel. It was a fantastic experience.
Anytime. That's my pleasure. I love to paint, I love to draw, and I love to do different things. I created my vibration mandalas as well. And so they are oracle card. They are meant to activate the person. So they're not like, am I getting rich tomorrow? No, none of that. It's like you're taking a card, you're looking at it. There are 2 words on the card. You're looking at the 2 words, you close your eyes and you just feel, and exactly, she's showing one of them. And you just feel it within you and empower yourself with the message that you're getting.
those are so beautiful, and it's been lovely. You can literally see Patty and Teresa's faces light up when they talk about their reactions to the mandalas that you've created. Muriel, Teresa and Patty talked a little bit more about the mandalas that you've created and how they come up in your book, but can you please share with our audience what it means in your words to awaken your soul vibration? And then you also mentioned the phrase activation a couple of times. For those that don't know, what is activation all about?
Okay, so very good question. So let's start by your first one, which was a soul vibration. So when we are coming and being born on this planet, we are forgetting, all of us, we are forgetting that we are truly a spark of the divine. Okay, and you can read any holy text, any holy books, and they all say we were created in a certain image, in the image of God with a capital G, and you can give God different names. Now, all religion on the planet believe that we are coming from this divine spark. So we have this divine spark in our soul. Now, when we are busy, you know, and life and kids and partner and jobs and all that stuff, a lot of time we are forgetting who we are. We are forgetting how amazing we are, how amazing, compassionate human can be. And yes, we can be the other side too. Okay, we're living on a duality planet. But at the end of the day, what is it to feel your soul vibration? And I'm going to give you an example. Okay, let's say that you are doing a task, whether it's a professional or personal, and when you're doing that task, you're not happy. You're not feeling joy. Okay, you're stressed. You're anxious. You're angry. You're frustrated. If you just take the time to listen to your little voice, what is your little voice saying? Oh, we'll change this or F that, right? So you need to pay attention. So how do you pay attention? Not through your computers, your Wi-Fi, none of that. You have to go into nature. Go into nature, remove the electronics, start grounding yourself, walk on the earth bare feet, remove, take a few deep breaths, change your breathing, pay attention to your breathing. It's going to calm down your mind, calm down your body, and then you're going to hear a tiny voice saying, hey, you have dreams. What are your dreams? What will you like to do? Dream big, dream bigger. You're not dreaming big enough. What is your passion? What will you love to do? And that is your soul calling, pretty much. So it's not about, I need to make $25 million. I need to be doing this or to be doing that. No, what is really, if you remove the money equation, what will you like to be doing? What will you do if you don't have to worry about any of those, earthly matter? And 99% of the people that I talk to, they're like, oh, I will open a shelter. I will take care of animals. I will take care of the elderly. Completely different than what they're doing. Oh, I will be a painter. I will be an actor. They're not telling me, oh, yes, I'm happy with what I'm doing. No, nobody is actually saying that. So it's very interesting to me. So that is your soul vibration. That is your soul calling you. Now, do we listen all the time? Of course not, because we have learned many, many times to shut that little voice down and be like, I need to have a 9-to-5 job. I need to have a paycheck. I need to be having my house and my 2 kids and my pick and fence. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But at the end, you need to do what makes you happy. Okay. And what makes you happy is not necessarily what you have been doing since you were a teenager, right? So that's one thing. Now, when I'm talking about, I think my headset is gone. When I'm talking about activation, I can activate you if you're giving me your permission. So what activation means? It means I'm supporting you in your journey to feel this soul vibration, this soul calling, this thing that is going to be like, you have bigger things to do. You are meant to do more. You are meant to help. You are meant to do this. You are meant to do that, and not what you're doing necessarily. And so it's me helping you getting your power back. So how does it look like? Okay, so if you're in front of me, I will be holding your hand gently. I will be looking into your eyes. I will make you breathe nice and slow. And I will start sending much light and much love toward you. So you will be just in the state of receiving. You will just be receiving it and absorbing it. Now, if you're not willing to receive, it doesn't matter what I do or what I say, it's not going to work, right? And so at the end, that love, that vibration, that pure joy I'm going to give you can be very emotional. I have seen grown men and grown women crying from all background and be like in complete tears because suddenly they were allowed to be vulnerable. They were allowed to be themselves. They were allowed to feel, I'm not judging you. I am here for you. I love you unconditional. I am here for you. And so when you give that to a person, regardless of their background, then he frees their soul literally, and he empowers them to step up into their power.
I want to say something too. Having experienced ceremony with Muriel on a really deep level, she has the ability to ascend your soul, your heart, your true desires to a place and a vibration where you can really receive the love of the universe. And I've seen it firsthand. And it's just a testimony to the value that she brings to our communities and to the world with her gifts. And I'm really grateful that I got to experience that, because there's just nothing like it.
Thank you.
I have to agree with that. That fire ceremony that she did for us, the people that were there, even the men, I mean, they were almost in tears. There was so much love pouring out of us that it was just an incredible experience. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alicia, did that answer your question?
It did. And I just wanted to sit in that moment. And thank you, Teresa and Patty, for sharing your reflections on what it was like to be in that experience, in that ceremony with Muriel. Muriel, you mentioned that you have orchestrated, facilitated ceremonies. When you host these types of ceremonies, what can individuals expect maybe going in, and then how does that maybe change once they've experienced it? I know it's a big question, but just kind of hearing from Teresa and hearing from Patty, curious on your thoughts there.
Before she says anything, before you say anything, Muriel, let me say your expectations are not what you're going to receive.
That's what I was thinking that. I wasn't sure. I wanted to ask,
So pretty much, it depends on the person. It really depends on the level of the person. So if you are trusting me and you're like, okay, this is cool. Now, if you have done this before, you have done meditation, you have done yoga, you're like, okay, I'm cool, I got this, I'm going to do that. So some of the things that I'm going to tell you, you will know, but the experience is going to be completely different. Now, in our group, we did have some who have never done yoga or meditation. And when I took them, I knew they were nervous because they didn't know what to expect. They were like, what is this thing that we're doing? And then when they, again, remove themselves and remove their ego and remove, like, I need to be in control at all time, then they could experience, little by little what they could experience. So the experience that a person is going to receive is depending on their level of self-awareness and vibration. So if you have never done it, but you are open-minded and you are willing to do it, by the way, everything I do is natural. I do not use any plant. I do not use any caffeine. I don't use any enhancement. Everything is just with breathing technique and vibration and connecting to the earth. Okay, so I'm not giving you anything. I'm not doing anything. The only thing I will ask you to have is a glass of water near you, and I will be activating the water for you, with you. And this way you will drink the water. The water is going to taste a little bit different, some sweeter, some with honey. It depends, again, how you receive that water. So that's the only thing. You will be pouring the water yourself in your own glass. I'm not touching anything, okay? I'm not even touching your glass. You're touching your own glass. So at the end of the day, it's all natural. So what can you expect? You can expect to be transported into a different world. You can be expecting to look at the stars and be like, I don't feel a thing. What is this? And so again, it's not because you're not feeling it at a particular moment that it's not going to activate something in you for a couple of days after the fact. I think my headset is. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you great.
Okay, so that is kind of the experience. It's going to be completely different. Now, if you have practiced meditation or yoga or breathing work environment, then what I'm going to teach you, you'll be like, oh, okay, I know how to do this. But again, the experience is going to be completely different, because if you know how to do this, I'm going to really transport you into a higher vibration, into a higher frequency that cannot be perceived with the naked eye, but your body will feel it. And I can just do a quick example here. If you Alicia is willing to kind of experience something, I'm willing to do it right here.
Yes, let's go. I'm ready.
All right. So I want you to, I'm itching everywhere. So I want you to take 3 to 5 deep breaths. So you're going to inhale through your nose and you're going to exhale through your mouth. You're closing your eyes. You're going to inhale through your nose and you're going to exhale through your mouth. Nice and slow. Now I want you to just listen to my voice, and I want you to just pay attention to your breathing. Now you're going to inhale and hold your breath. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Hold your breath. And release nice and slow. Now I want you to take another breathing. You're going to inhale and you're going to hold your breath. And now you're going to release. Now keep your eyes closed. And I just want you to feel. Now some people feel my presence. Some people see my colors with their eyes closed. Some can smell my perfume. It really depends. Now continue your breathing. And don't think about anything. Have no expectation. Just focus on your breathing. Now, since you are participating into this, I want you to feel your body. Really feel your body. And is there a part of your body that is causing you some pain, some discomfort? Very good. So, Alicia, is there a part of your body that is causing your pain or discomfort anywhere?
Yes, my sinuses.
Exactly. So, we're going to try to release your sinuses because you're having pressure and it's going all the way to your head. So, I want you to start breathing a little bit slower and try to breathe deeper. And I know it's difficult because you're having sinus right now. Blockage, so we need to release. Now, you need to talk to your body because your body is listening. And this sinus blockage is not servicing you at all. So in your mind and with your own thought, you need to let your body know that thank you so much for this experience. I don't need this anymore. I'm grateful. I'm letting it go, and release. And when you release, take a deep sigh. One more time. One more time. Your voice is clearer. How do you feel now? How do you feel now?
Clear. Wow.
Okay. All right.
It's like I could breathe the fresh air again. It feels so clear. I almost want to cry, you know?
And that's
I thought I meditated this morning, but that was a different kind of level of breathing there.
You're very welcome. So as you can see, I'm not even in the room with you. Okay, I'm across the United States. So I'm helping you, empowering yourself, and transforming your own journey.
Wow, that was
And
deep.
please drink a lot of water for the next 48 hours.
I will. Thank you. That was deeply moving. I think I have a tear in the corner of my eye because I felt that deeply. So I appreciate that. And I'm kind of curious, Muriel, when I first started doing deep breathing, I saw flashes of color, of purple, of like a dark amber color. Curious, what are your colors? You mentioned your colors.
Okay, so again, it's going to depend on the person, but the colors that most people see are usually purple, blue,
Okay.
pink, silver, and gold.
Okay.
Some people might see amber or green, but mostly purple, pink, silver, gold. Some smell my perfume, and so it's like a earthly tone. And so some will smell me like a rose, and some other will smell me like a lavender. It depends what you have experienced in your life. And some will see with their window closed and everything closed, they will see their curtain moving and there is no air conditioner or anything. So they feel my presence near them.
Wow. I definitely.
And they know they are safe. Okay.
Yes, I felt very warm and I felt very safe. Thank you so much for that healing experience, Muriel.
You're very welcome.
I'm curious, for those that have never done any energy work or aren't really sure what it's about, and it's new to them, what are some things that they can think about as they consider diving into potentially doing more energy work? I've done it in the past and I found that it's really a journey back to self and allowing you to get to deeper levels of self. But for those that have never experienced it or been open to it in the past, what are some thoughts that you can share?
So this is something that you have to kind of be ready or feeling a nudge from your soul, or maybe you'll hear your friends talking about it and you're curious about it. So the first thing is that you need to be open-minded. Now, there are different type of healing out there. We can heal through crystal. We can do a color healing. We can heal through color. What you're wearing actually has a certain frequency and vibration. We can listen to certain type of music that is going to help you. We can ground ourselves, with bare feet walking on the planet. So there are little things that you might be doing without realizing, oh, I'm feeling better if I'm wearing blue today or red. Oh, I'm feeling down if I'm wearing this graphic color, right? So we do this. Now, that's the beginning. That's the beginning of being aware that there is more than meets the eyes. Now, there are, again, different modality of healing out there, and all of them are good. It's just one healing modality is going to lead you to another or to another. Now, I tell people it's great to explore. It's great to go see healers or whatever it is that you're called to, but you yourself, and that's where I'm a little bit different, because I'm trying to empower you so you can heal yourself, okay? So you can learn and be like, I can do this myself, okay? So I'm going to give you techniques, I'm going to give you tools, I'm going to be there so you will do this and not me doing it for you. Because a lot of people are using healers as crutches, they're like, I'm going to be doing this, so you're going to be here. And no, there is a point where we need to remove the training wheel. You need to be on your own. You need to be on the bicycle, right? You need to be doing it yourself, And so going from all different modalities, that's great if you just want to learn and it's for your own knowledge. But you have the wisdom within you. Every one of us is born with a gift, is born with an ability. So are you tapping into that gift? Are you tapping into this ability yourself? And a lot of time, society has conditioned us to be one way or another, to think one way, to think another way. Don't do this, don't do that. You cannot say this, you cannot say that. At the end, I have been traveling everywhere, including in Egypt, including to Japan. And what I have found is that 99% of the population worldwide, they want the same thing. So what do? They want peace, they want shelter, they want clean water, they want clean education, they want the ability to be able to support themselves, and they truly want to live in peace, okay, around the world. And the people I have encountered, the one who have the least, give you the most. They will give you the most. And I can give you an example of that. When I went to Egypt, I was at a coffee shop inside a hotel. I ordered my coffee. I went back upstairs to tip the lady in cash. Okay, the lady behind the counter, because I wanted her to have something in cash. And she told me I didn't have to do that. And I said, I insist. It was like $1, okay? And so I gave her a tip. And so she gave me another free coffee, I did that for 3 days, not realizing what, at the end, I think I gave her $5 of tips, right? It was not that much. And at the end, when I said I'm going back to the United States, she had knitted me a white scarf and made some earrings for me to say thank you. Because that $5 that I gave her, and when I go to Starbucks, I'm not getting a scarf knit and earring made for me, okay? I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, she really had little, okay? But the $5 I gave her was giving her sustenance for her for a couple of days, because life is less expensive over there. So she was so appreciative that her way to say thank you was to knit me a scarf, okay? So it took her 3 days. She knitted me a beautiful white, cute short scarf. And I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed. Now, this is what I'm saying. Everybody is usually empathic and compassionate, but we have built so many walls around the world that we don't know how to communicate anymore. And if we take the time to listen and to communicate, we can understand each other, because love is a capital L and joy is everywhere. And example, in Costa Rica, I do not speak Spanish. That's not one of my language. I can understand it, but I don't speak it yet. And yet, when I was with a chef cooking and he was speaking Spanish 99% and very few English, I managed to communicate with this man for an hour and a half in Spanish, and I don't even speak the language, okay? So there is the intention, there is a vibration, there is just a presence, and that's what people want. They just want to be accepted.
So beautiful. so beautiful.
I witnessed that I witnessed that in Costa Rica. It was really amazing to watch Muriel communicate with the chef. I mean, it was like they were communicating from the soul. Really, really beautiful.
Love and joy, universal languages.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's been so amazing to be sitting here speaking with you, Muriel, and then also so great to hear from you, Teresa and Patty, who have experienced Muriel's healing firsthand in person. And Muriel, I have to say, I don't know what's going on, but the room just feels a little bit brighter. I feel like my voice is just a little bit clearer, and the healing that I've received, even through this experience online. So I appreciate you and I thank you. Muriel, it's been an honor to hear more about your story, hearing how at such a young age, at the age of 8, you went through something that was so difficult, an experience that was so difficult with your eyes, and that you were able to triumph over that experience to learn how to heal yourself and then leverage your unearthed gifts to connect with others and to heal. Then talk about uplifting, talk about support, and talk about sharing love, sharing universal love, helping individuals to radiate at their brightest from the inside out, not just from the outside in, but truly from the inside out. It's been so remarkable to hear you speak today. In closing, Muriel, what are some thoughts that you would love to share for those that are tuning in live and for those that will be watching the broadcast after it closes today? about their own healing journeys, going within to then shine from the inside out, or anything else in between?
Well, for everyone listening in or tuning in later on, they need to really take some time for themselves and focus on themselves. That's really important. Now, we're not selfish, we're not self-centered, but we need to tune out all the distraction. And it's very easy to be distracted by movies, by a concert, and by anything else. And by electronics and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and you name it. But if we disconnect even 10 minutes a day from the social media and the TV, and we either pray, we meditate, we go outside if we can, we go hug a tree, we walk bare feet on the ground, we lay down on the ground, we go to the beach, whatever, or we pet a dog or a cat, whatever it is that give us joy is very important, because once we are in that stage, it is easier to hear our inner voice and to be able to move forward and step forward and to be able to start our journey. And everybody's going to be different at different level. And some have had great trauma in their life and some little bit less. Now, a trauma can be emotional or physical or spiritual. It can be all three. And those trauma affect people in their body, and also on the long run create illness. So it's very important to be in tune with oneself and to learn how to empower oneself, so a person can move forward in the way that their divine spark or igniting their inner fire move them. And it will be different for everybody, because we have 8 billion people and we have 8 billion different ability. But the key is to communicate within ourselves, know ourselves, so we can help ourselves and then we can help others, because we cannot give if our cup is half empty. We have to give when our cup is full. So if I'm not full, I cannot support you. And if you're coming at me and you're half or whatever, I cannot be going down half and support you. I'm going to still show up full so you can come up and be full as well. And I think that's my message today.
Wow. And what a message. Thank you, Muriel, for raising vibrations, for raising consciousness around the world. I want to join in on this sharing of love for you, Muriel. Truly remarkable, the work that you do, how you help individuals further connect with themselves and heal, and truly heal, so they can radiate. So thank you so much to Teresa and to Patty for being guests along with Muriel and sharing your experiences along your own journeys that Muriel has helped to continue to support. To everyone tuning in, we appreciate you for tuning in to Her Story Unfolding. We will be continuing the entire month of March. Continue to share the message, invite individuals in your community to join in, and we hope that out of today's session, you felt the love and you felt the joy and felt the warm energy that Muriel is truly radiating today. Thank you so much, and we will see you all very soon and very shortly on the next episode of Her Story Unfolding.
Welcome to a celebration at the precipice of time, where the power of women knows no bounds. Experience Her Story Unfolding, a reawakening of our collective consciousness to the monumental achievements of our foremothers, a tribute to the battles they fought, rights they've secured, and paths they've paved that women all over the world are continuing to navigate and expand upon. Her stories are unfolding, empowering growing, building legacies of pioneering women by sharing their stories, celebrating their accomplishments, and embracing the rights and privileges they've bestowed to us for generations to come.